All right, we can stop it there.
It is Friday.
It is Friday.
We made it. We're almost there.
All the way through the week, 8 o'clock this March 14th. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Fridman. We have a lot to get to coming up in the next 2 hours. So here is a preview of what we have brewing for you this morning.
All right, so this morning we are learning more about a street safety initiative in downtown Rochester that uses art to encourage drivers to slow down. We're going to be joined by the artist behind some of these really incredible displays.
Yeah, and then later we are continuing to celebrate Women's History Month. This morning, we're looking ahead to the upcoming conference for minority and women-owned businesses and enterprises. We'll be taking a look at what they have planned for this year and the services that will be available to guests.
And then coming up, we are testing out the luck of the Irish with a special bingo fundraiser happening this weekend at Shamrock Jacks. We'll tell you all about the event and the benefit that the cause it is benefiting.
Yeah, and then we're taking part in a very special holiday today, Pi Day 3.14.
Sure is. We did not mention this once.
I know, which is
during
wild.
The news on Good Day Rochester.
It's one of the elite holidays.
It is.
Say 3.14.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating this morning with the only way you should, by eating and also drinking too,
Yeah,
which
we're
never mad about. It's Friday.
No, and I made sure that this, I double checked with Ashley this morning that this is going to be at the very end of the show. So we do get to eat the full meal.
Amazing.
Or the full slice.
Phenomenal.
One might
I love
say.
it. Excellent.
Right. Before all of that, we got to start things out this morning with a check of the forecast because that's the real headline today. Temps, they are climbing to near 70 degrees. It's March. 70.
Yeah. Marty, it's great news. You're Mr. Popular over there today because who could possibly be mad about this forecast?
Oh, I'm sure someone out there.
Oh.
That's fair.
But
fair.
True. Most people, they're going to like this, and it is going to be a nice day. But there's always that one, as we all know. You can't please all the people all the time. But beautiful day coming up for us. We're going to see temperatures today rise up really rapidly. Just an amazing increase, just numerically in the numbers. It's very rare to get a temperature to increase that much during daylight hours. But we're going to see a lot of sunshine, breeze out of the south, fairly dry air in place. All those factors coming together to really move these temperatures. We'll close in on 70 going into the afternoon. Heading into tomorrow, the risk is there for a shower by the end of the day. I still think most of tomorrow does stay dry, but that risk comes up to the risk of rain into Sunday for the 2 weekend days. And then briefly cooler on Monday, but that's just back to average at 43. Then we rise back through the 50s and then back maybe near 70 again by the middle of next week. So a couple different chances there to be fairly close to that 70-degree mark as we head through the next 7 days.
Yeah, that Wednesday forecast too.
Beautiful.
Oh,
good.
No midweek slump next week, that's for sure.
No.
Definitely going to help.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Time for Off the Top this morning, where Dan and I share some of the stories that have piqued our interest this morning. I will start out today, if you don't mind. Okay, so if you were watching back in February, you may remember I talked a little bit about avalanche warnings that had been issued at Mount Washington in New Hampshire. The mountain there was getting pummeled with snow, very, very strong wind gusts, and so leaders at the ski resort told their skiers and snowboarders, just letting you know, very dangerous. Proceed with caution. There could be an avalanche. Thankfully, they were able to get through that period without any incident, and everybody was fine. Fast forward to this week, something incredible happened. An avalanche did happen, and there's video all caught on camera thanks to the Mount Washington Observatory and their social media page. It's wild. There are two snowboarders who managed to escape the snow. Ashley, let's see if we can pull that up. All right, you're going to see one.
Oh, this is video. Okay.
This is video, yes.
Oh, there's one.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep. You're going to see them zoom in, and you're going to see the snow start to come on down.
Chase them down that mountain.
Yeah.
Huh?
You got to kind of look close. There
we
he goes.
Go. Oh, wow.
And
Look
the
at
snow
that.
barreling after him. And keep in mind, avalanches they're pretty fast. They can go 20 to like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Ridiculous. So managing to escape, which is really crazy. Again, that video posted by the social media page for Mount Washington Observatory. This is called Tuckerman's Ravine, this thing right here.
Are we okay? Are we okay?
Oh, yes,
okay.
he's fine.
Okay.
The snowboarder is fine. I meant to say that.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. Just wanted to double check.
Snowboarder is completely fine, which is phenomenal. The observatory actually called it a small slide and called it a Category 1, a level 1 avalanche warning. So we're looking at that and we're like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They're
That's nothing.
That's nothing. It's really not that bad. Now, I'm sure for the snowboarder, that was absolutely terrifying. Yeah, without a doubt. They have issued this warning saying basically if you're in the back road trails, this is a possibility. It's one of those things that if you are at that level of skiing and snowboarding, you need to be aware of it. We've talked about some of the trails that are pretty common for avalanches. This one right here is called Tuckerman Ravine, pardon me, and not for beginners at all, clearly, like you saw. No. Ashley, can we play the video again? I want to put it into perspective just how deep that is. This is the bowl. Yeah. The ravine, I guess you could call it.
How do you get out of that, though? Like, you ski or you snowboard down that. Where are you going? Where's the lodge?
I don't know.
I need the fireplace and a cocktail.
Oh, have you ever had the waffles that they have?
No.
They have like waffle stands.
Oh, really?
They did it in Vermont. I haven't experienced one here in New York.
That video is kind of nuts.
But the whole mountain smells like waffles, and it's
Ooh,
delightful.
okay.
Yeah. So this is obviously very, very steep terrain. Mount Washington is considered the highest peak in New England. Very, very tall. And it is very common for there to be avalanches there because of the weather, the steep terrain, unpredictable weather. And it is extremely dangerous. People have died while skiing on Mount Washington. In fact, last year, a 20-year-old skier fell 600 feet to her death. And, that's why they issue so many warnings saying this is not for beginners.
Yeah.
If you are unfamiliar with back roads, back trails, this is not for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Extremely
I wouldn't
dangerous.
have made it. That's for sure.
It's insane. And Ashley, I think we've got social media posts to people weighing in online. Chris said, Tuckerman's Ravine, beautiful and deadly if not careful, which we sadly have just talked about. Tim said, thankfully, no harm, no foul. But man, this is a go home and change your drawers moment.
Tim is not wrong.
Yeah, yep. And then Eric said, please do not infer from this that you, 99% of the time, can outrun the avalanche.
Yeah, because listen, there are people out there who will think, oh, he did it.
He did it.
I can do it.
I can do it. Yeah.
No,
yeah, you got to take those warnings seriously. And keep in mind, back in February, that warning was, a level red. They were extremely concerned about it, saying, do not go skiing on these trails. This time around, there really was no warning.
Yeah.
Which goes to show you just how crazy Mother Nature can be.
And again, when they call that nothing, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's when you, okay.
Yeah. Some people on social media are saying that the snowboarders intentionally caused it, but that has not been proven at all, and I can't imagine why. So
yeah, I don't know why you would
how
want to do
people
that.
on social media are, there's always got to be.
Was it X?
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason.
Yeah.
That's why people are saying it.
But crazy,
a lot of conspiracies
nonetheless.
there. That's interesting. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah.
In the video, though, really cool.
That's crazy.
Really cool video.
Yeah.
All right, gonna turn to my story this morning. Folks, they're coming home. At least we hope they are. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams. Yes, we may have an arrival date. They may be leaving the ISS on March 19th. Now, we know there was lots of delay, and even this week there was delay. But tonight, NASA and SpaceX are scheduled to launch Crew 10 mission at 7:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to go to the space station, swap out. Butch and Sonny and two others will then get into the spacecraft and hopefully be headed home. That on March 19th. I want to give you a little bit of a timeline because if you've not watched the news, welcome. But we've talked about this now for 9 months because on June 5th, 2024, Butch and Sonny launched aboard Boeing Starliner to go to the ISS. On June 6th, they successfully docked with the ISS. Now, a lot of people think, like, you launch on the 20th, it's 250 miles, they're in a rocket ship, why can't you? No, you got to go around the Earth a couple of times before you're allowed to dock, before you can dock. Mid-June 2024, issues emerged that their week-long mission, not going to be a week-long mission because there were Starliner's propulsion systems. There were some issues with it, and they weren't going to be able to return home in that same Boeing vehicle. Boeing, just the start of some of the issues that we've seen with them and some of the airplanes. So, August 2024, NASA announced plans to bring them home back to Earth on a SpaceX Dragon aircraft or spacecraft instead of a Starliner. Then, September 2024, SpaceX Crew 9 arrived at the ISS delivering a Dragon capsule that would eventually transport them back to Earth. But wait, there's more because we're only in September. September 22nd, Sunny assumed command of the ISS, marking her second time in this critical leadership role, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That you get to be the commander of the International Space Station. Now, had she not been stuck there, and I didn't want to use that word. I really tried to not use that word. Had they not been delayed there, don't laugh at me like that. Had they not been delayed there, she wouldn't have been the commander for a second time.
Yep.
What a badge of honor. December 25th, 2025, they celebrated Christmas on the ISS, marking 6 months since mission began. 6 months in space, most of it unplanned. Throughout this extended stay, they have repeatedly said, Butch and Sunny, we're not stuck. We don't feel stranded. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here. This is part of the job. We know this is one of the risks that we take with space exploration and the scientific work that they are in space to do, that they are docked at the space station to perform. So it kind of contradicts what we hear from, politicians. And I say you take the politics out of this. This is two people having the time of their life. Yes. Were they expecting to stay this long? Absolutely not. They thought it was going to be a week-long mission. So 9 months later, will they be excited to be coming home? 100%. I'm sure they would love to see their family. They would love to feel gravity again. They would love to sleep not with the arms up, and sleep in their own bed. But what an incredible adventure for two of the nation's will be most honored explorers that we've ever had.
Yeah.
Really incredible.
It is incredible. Yeah.
Question is, if I were to say to you, Abigail Fridman, I have got 2 tickets to go to the ISS, you and I, on a week-long mission, would you go?
It's definitely a week. Well,
we're explorers, Abigail. We find out once we get there.
I have... Okay,
not a week if Boeing made the vehicle.
I have no interest in ever going to space.
Come on.
However, I might consider it. I might.
Yeah?
I would not be sold. I would need time to think about it.
Well, listen,
I don't know how you and I would both survive if we lasted up there for 9 months.
Yeah.
But it would be an adventure.
Gayle King, who's the pop singer?
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry, Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, a couple of other people, or fiance, are all going up in Blue Origin rocket.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They'll be going into space soon. Very jealous.
I would do the quick one, where you go up and you come back down.
I'll go up and stay for a while.
Okay.
I would not mind. And I know NASA watches. I know Jeff Bezos watches, so send me a ticket.
Yep.
Hey, stick around. A lot more to come, including when we come back, we're checking back in with Chris Lopez. He's taking part in some Irish sports this morning, all ahead of St. Patrick's Day.
And don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. I wonder if they can watch in space.
I bet they can. It's on the internet.
We're back after this.
St. Patrick's Day is Monday, but that hasn't stopped Chris Lopez from taking part in every bit of St. Patrick's Day fun, headed up to that holiday all week long.
Yeah.
He's been partying.
Yeah.
Partying, yeah.
He's a party animal. He started off the week drinking Irish beer, then doing some Irish dancing, filling up on Irish food. Now he's wrapping up the week by learning to play some Irish-style sports. He's live this morning at the Aroundicoit Sports Center. And Chris, what are we up to?
Playing some Gaelic football right now. I'm going to try and attempt to do some type of a move and get it into the goal, but I want to get a survey here with the players from Rock City Gaelic. Am I making this? I'm going to do some type of a spin move, one kind of a dribble. We're kicking it out from field goal range, so about 20 yards. Raise your hand. No?
No, not a chance. No.
You got it. Absolutely.
You got it. You got it?
50-50.
50-50.
No, you got it.
Okay.
You got it.
All right, let's see. I'm going to come back to them. We're going to talk to them a little bit. Here we go. Let's break this off. Caught the ball. Boom. Boom. Travel. Boom. Not bad. We'll get there. We'll get there. I got the spin move at least, but all right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. You guys are much better at doing it. Okay, so what do you guys like about this sport? This is a pretty unique sport. This is way outside, especially for Americans. This is way outside of the realm of what they're used to watching.
For me, it was the community that we came into. So we're just like a family around here. And even when we play other teams, we get involved into games. And it can be a little scuffle on the field. We still go and have a burger and whatnot with another player from another team. So the community, and it's just a lot of fun.
Enemies on the field, friends at the end, especially in the pub.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what's game time like? A game time atmosphere, what's that like? A big game. You guys have competed in such. What's it like being out there?
I mean, you know, it's kind of brings you back to like playing in like high school or something like that. Like you get the jitter, you get the butterflies playing, but you're hyping up your teammates. It's fun, and especially with the guys around. Everybody's going to work on Monday. It's a nice time to just get out there, play some games, get the run in. It's fun, but you want to win. We want to win.
And I want to know, you told me there is no pro players, that no one makes money off of this at all, no matter the level you even get to, best in the world.
Amateur level in Ireland, it's all amateur sports. Nobody gets paid. Even the best players in the world do not get paid at all.
Has anyone ever been to a game in Ireland to watch what is that atmosphere like?
A couple years ago, I got to go to the All-Ireland Finals, so kind of like their Super Bowl for hurling and Gaelic football, and it's electric. There's 80,000 people in the stadium just screaming their heads off. You know, you got one team's jersey or another team's jersey, and it's just. I've been to pro sports here in the U.S., and it's 10 times more exciting. Electric is all I can say.
Least favorite part about playing this game? What's one of the things that you're like, I mean, I love the game, but this rule or this warm up or something, I wish we could do without.
It's the sprints. It's the sprints for sure.
Our
Our coach has us working really hard during practices, so it's almost always.
This is coach, by the way. This is coach
yeah.
making you guys do the sprints. Okay, and then when it comes to the physicality, how physical are we on the field, or are you guys on the field?
Well, we still try to get to work on Monday, like he said earlier, but it can get physical, yes. You said what's the least favorite thing is like, to me, is like when I'm going up against someone like Scotty and I try to shoulder him and I fall over.
And Amy, you're a girl, but you play with these guys on the football field. You are not afraid. You said, though, hurling's a bit of a different story, but this game is still also physical. What drives you to be on the field with these guys?
I know I can hang. I'm built tough, so I can depend on my body. But bring a Hurley and Slitter in, and it's questionable.
Hardest skill to learn in the game.
For me, it was the solo.
The solo?
Yeah.
Okay.
You kick it off the foot back into your hand.
Me too. All right, it seems like that. We're going to be getting into a contest. I'm going to be goalie against these two right now. Let's go. I'm dropping the... I'll drop the mic. All right, let's go. Okay, that's scary. Oh. Ow! Okay, I can't get that. I stink. What's going on? Come on. Oh, okay.
Are you okay?
That looks like that really hurt.
I got one. Give me one more. I'll send it back to studio. All right.
Are you okay?
I'm popping out of there.
Chris, I think we're gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Are you?
I have a left hand.
Yeah.
The right hand is gone.
Did you break a finger?
Kind of sounds
No.
like it. Okay.
I did not. I can still type.
Okay.
I'll still be able to give you guys the garbage tosses
Yeah.
that you guys read to me. I'll be fine. Back to you in studio.
His sense of humor was not injured. That's for sure. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate it, my friend.
Jeez, you say it one time. You say
Okay.
your writing is garbage one time.
Yeah.
You never live it
and
down.
You never live it down. Listen, that second ball that came at him and went in the lower half of his reach, and then he squealed. He's.
Ashley, that was wrong. That was very wrong.
Say that over the speaker, Ashley.
I don't want to lose my job.
Yeah.
Probably was.
He's gonna have to go to the doctor, though.
Definitely.
Yeah. Probably a urologist. Stick around. When we come back, we're going to be joined by meteorologist Marty Snyder once again to look at that St. Patty's Day weekend forecast.
We're back, maybe, after this. 6:27, welcome back. We have meteorologist Marty Snyder here getting us ready for the St. Patrick's Day parade and the rest of the weekends too. And we were talking about it earlier. A few weeks ago, we were just talking about how we hoped there'd be no snow and no rain for the parade.
Yeah.
We got the luck of the Irish.
It's looking pretty good. I mean, there is a really small chance of a couple showers by the afternoon, especially later in the afternoons. We're watching that. But at this point, it looks mainly dry. So that's a good news. And even today, all the way straight through tomorrow, just very quiet weather. We're holding on to some sunshine to start off the day. And
Look at that.
you can see, yeah.
Beautiful.
Sunshine working in now. But again, a chilly start. We're starting off with a lot of numbers coming in close to 30. But you have to consider the fact that we're going to be closing in on 70 during the afternoon. And there are just a few days during the calendar year when you see that 40-degree increase from start to finish. It's rare to see that much of a range in temperatures. But when you look at today first, we're going to see temperatures rise up through the 30s, 50s, and then eventually into that upper 60s to near 70 range along the lakeshore. Just a little bit cooler, but still nice up along the lakeshore. And then as we look at tomorrow, notice how that risk of rain comes up just a little bit. It's still low, but still as we head later into the afternoon, that risk is there for an isolated shower. Still think most of tomorrow stays dry. Down a little bit, 66 for a high, still well above that average high of about 43 for this time of year. And even for the longer term, getting into Sunday, I think that'll be our higher risk of rain out of the 2 weekend days. Then we drop down a little bit into Monday, but then bounce back into next week. So, looking nice for today. Most of parade day looking pretty good. And then even next week, something to look forward to with those temperatures trying to increase a little bit as we head deeper into next week.
It's kind of, I keep the heat in the house at 67 degrees. So it's like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Now, just open
Isn't
a
it
window
nice?
and it's going to be warmer.
Yeah, and I'm ready just to shut things down this month because last month we had our furnace go out when we were on vacation. So my dad's over putting space heaters around. We're draining pipes, just so stuff isn't going to freeze. So
Yeah.
our electric bill last month was, out of being in the house almost 2 decades, it was one of the highest numbers I've seen on there.
Really?
So
Gosh.
I'm ready to quiet things down a little bit.
Is it RG&E out there? Who do you guys have?
It is, yeah, we are.
It
We're
is.
just over the line, yeah, into RG.
I don't know if you're aware. I know someone who works for Rochester Gas and Electric.
Oh, yes, I think we do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to put that person on the spot.
I don't want to
though.
put them on the spot. I don't know if they can give us a discount, but it would be appreciated.
How about a frequent customer discount?
Yeah,
It's-
yeah,
Pay the bill every month.
Exactly.
But yeah, it will be nice just to open the windows up, warm things up naturally, and just get outside and enjoy the sunshine today.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Absolutely. I'm going to open up all the windows in my house. I've already decided, just kind of get all that winter stale air out
Yeah.
and, freshen things up a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be a nice change. And I have all sorts of things that need to get done outside. I'm probably not going to get to them today, but, at least some of these warmer days.
No, listen, I think on a day like this is one of those days where you are allowed to not do it and just appreciate the fact that we have a day like this.
Right.
On the next one, yes, you've got to get the work done.
Yeah.
Today, no. You're allowed to soak it up a little bit.
That's it. I need to do that more often. I'm so busy. It's like, okay, this needs to be done at 4 o'clock. This needs to be done at 6, shuttling kids around and things like that. I forget to stop.
Marty?
Yeah.
And just enjoy the nice day, get out there.
Life is
enjoy
a
the sunshine.
banquet, Marty.
Yeah.
Life is a banquet.
What do you like to do when you do relax? Like what, like sit in a hammock? Like
Yeah, just be outside. Anything outside. Just be out on the tractor mowing the lawn. That's
Okay,
fine by
see, that's
me.
a chore.
being
That's a
productive.
No,
chore.
it's like, yeah, it's doing something. It's it's being outside. It's the excuse of being outside in the sunshine, and something gets done in the process as well. I'd
Yeah.
rather be doing that than on the tractor plowing the driveway with the snow.
Well,
in the
That's
way.
sure,
fair.
but
That is
would you
fair.
rather be on the tractor mowing the lawn or in a hammock with, an Arnold Palmer?
Yeah, I need a hammock.
you
That's
do.
an idea.
A hammock.
I do have on my property. There are just 2 trees that are close by that would be perfect for that. And all these years, I've never had a hammock in those trees.
We need to get you a hammock.
There's
We're
a
going
goal.
to make that happen.
I need that. Yeah.
If there's
Yeah.
a sponsor out there, let us know. We can have a live cam from the backyard.
That would not be pretty.
Yeah,
like that.
right. Yeah. All right, Marty. Thank
you.
Okay.
Time right now is 8:31. Much more to get to here on Arc Rochester.
We're back right after this.
and thanks for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. We're going to start out this half hour by talking about your family's health. In particular, discussing the measles outbreak occurring throughout the country.
Yeah, we're joined now by Dr. Elizabeth Murray from Golisano Children's Hospital to learn more about how you can protect your family. Doc, thanks so much for waking up and speaking with us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
So what do people need to know when it comes to the measles?
So this is an incredibly infectious disease, and the best thing we can do is prevent it from ever happening, and we do that by vaccination. It's simple as that. Most children in our community, most children in the country are still vaccinated. Even though we hear about numbers coming down, we still have to remember when it comes to the decision to vaccinate or not vaccinate, most parents are still making that decision to vaccinate.
And why is it so important in your eyes to get that vaccine?
Since it's incredibly contagious, we have to remember that if somebody who has this germ is in a room, it's going to stay in the air for about 2 hours after the person has left. So we also need to remember, too, that this is a vaccine we give for the first time at about 1 year of age. So that means we have lots of children out in our community who are not vaccinated yet. We have other people who cannot be vaccinated or who lost their immunity to different medical treatments. In the Monroe County hospitals deliver about 8,000 babies every year. They don't all live in Monroe County, but still, that's a lot of people that are just not vaccinated because of age. And again, it works so well to prevent a terrible disease. So whether you're hospitalized because you have it or not, you're still really sick and miserable and uncomfortable, and the side effects are very, very real. Measles is an unusual germ in that it really does damage to your immune system. It doesn't boost or help your immune system in any way. It actually destroys some of your immune system's memory. So you come out of the illness with an immune system in worse shape than when you went in. In addition, about 5% of cases or so later on, 10 years down the road, can have kind of a reemergence of the disease where you get these terrible, terrible side effects in your brain that are almost universally fatal. So it is not something we want to mess around with, especially since we have such an incredibly safe option in the vaccine.
That's really incredible. I didn't know those two facts that you just gave there. What is the message for somebody who may be sitting at home who thinks, I'm not for the vaccine, or there's a holistic approach to all of this?
I think there's a lot of talk kind of this treatment concept versus cure. And a lot of times people use those words interchangeably, but they can mean different things. So when we talk about treatments, they can be things that help with symptoms. Like if you have a sore throat, when you have strep, you take some ibuprofen and that treats that symptom, but it doesn't cure the underlying problem. That doesn't fix your strep throat. We don't have a cure for measles. There's been a lot of talk about vitamin A and could that help. The data for vitamin A has been shown in kind of third world countries where people enter into their illness in a very malnourished state. It is not something that you can take to prevent yourself from getting measles, and it's not something you would take to necessarily end the disease. It's a supportive measure in some very specific situations, not a universal thing. And vitamin A is actually one of those vitamins that if you take too much, it itself can be very damaging too.
Wow, I had no idea about that. So when we talk about measles, we see the rash, right? It's pretty recognizable. What are some of the other symptoms that are very, very concerning?
Well, early on, I think the thing that's really concerning is that early on it can look like any other cold, kind of itchy eyes, watery eyes, red eyes, runny nose, kind of just feeling miserable. And it's not until that rash pops up that you start to realize, oh, wait a minute, this is what we might be dealing with. But the things that we worry about the most is the pneumonia that it can cause. Remember, a pneumonia just means an infection in the lungs. It can be caused by a variety of different germs, measles being one. And certainly when you have a severe pneumonia, it impacts your ability to breathe. That can be deadly. And then the effects on the brain. It can cause encephalitis, meningitis, brain damage. And so that, of course, we need to avoid that. That's very dangerous.
Now, are those the same effects that we can see the reemergence of a decade later?
It's a little bit different. It's a very specific type of encephalitis. It's a very specific thing that happens to the brain. Again, is deadly.
Okay, so we're seeing this outbreak around the nation, and we're running out of time here, but what would you say to parents who are concerned and worried right now?
I think, if you're going to be traveling, if you have a child who's right on that cusp of age of vaccination, have that conversation with your pediatrician. In certain situations, we can vaccinate early if we need to. If you're an older person and you're not sure of your vaccine status, talk to your doctor again. Is it appropriate to have your antibody levels checked, things along those lines, but making sure that your vaccination status is up to date. Be aware of where you're traveling as well. Right now in our community, we're okay. We don't need to change our activity other than making sure vaccines are up to date.
Dr. Elizabeth Murray, Golisano Children's Hospital, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Time right now is 8:38. We have much more to come here on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we're going to check in with Chris Lopez again. He is getting fit this Friday morning.
He sure is. And don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We are streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. Stick around. ARC Rochester returns right after this.
.41, welcome back. All week, Chris Lopez has had an early admission to participate in some St. Patrick's Day festivities.
Yeah, he's eaten Irish food. He's danced Irish dances, drank Irish drinks. He's now burning off those calories.
Those Irish calories.
That's not how it works, though, Chris. You know this. He's playing sports, though. What sport is that?
This is hurling. This is not a drill. I'm just, working out my arms, my rotator cuff, my latissimus dorsi, all that you need for the sport of hurling. I'm here with the players of Rock City Gaelic. Oh, so stupid, I'm sorry. But I do want to point something out, though. The difference between if someone can hold the old school one and then maybe one of the new school ones here, technology has evolved a tad bit. I was told this is what they used to play hurling with.
Then we'll throw this one in there because that's synthetic.
Okay, and the size comes out in difference here. Are they making it easier?
They're changing the style of the game, really. When they use this little thinner boss, or the end of the stick, was real geared towards goals.
Okay.
When they started making them wider, it really allowed for longer points and more points. So then with the ash blight, they've gone to a synthetic stick. It's not really widely adopted with the higher level players, but I find that it's a lot cheaper to keep this stick, where you find the sticks break often. They have to be repaired, so you'll see the metal band
right there.
That was because there was a crack in it, and they banded it to make it a little more stable.
Okay, and then hurling. This ball, elephant in the room, this thing hurts. Okay. But you guys love to play this game, and there's no protection besides the helmet. Even I was told the goalie doesn't even wear any type of like body protector here. So if this pelts you, that's what you get for the day. Why do you guys play this sport?
It sucks when it hits you, but other than that, it's a great sport. It's very, very fast. It's really satisfying to hit the ball over the bar. And it's a lot for the teammates. You know, you come to try a new sport, but usually stay for the community.
And then any comparisons to walk in from? So meaning if you played golf or baseball, lacrosse, basketball, is that a good parlay into hurling?
Absolutely. Baseball is probably one of the best with it because it has that same kind of motion. I swing it with a baseball, not supposed to, but I do. Yeah, baseball is a great one. Lacrosse is another great example with it because it's kind of the similar kind of style pitch and it has that kind of similar motion too.
And Phil, we're all adults here, but we've neglected the kids throughout the morning. Yeah. This still is, despite the dangers with this ball right here, this is still a kid. I played this as a kid.
Yeah. We've been working on a youth program, kids play. We have modified equipment for them.
Okay.
They have balls that are a little bit softer.
Oh, that's nice.
We also have what are called first touch balls, which are like about the size of a baseball.
Okay.
Just to get the kids used to hitting it with a stick. And also a smaller size so they can catch it with their hands. It's with the really young kids, it's usually all on the ground. And then as they get a little older, teenagers, then we start introducing in the air and hitting long points and such.
And if someone wants to come and practice with you guys, 7:30? 7:30 to 9 here?
7:30 to 9 every Wednesday.
Around the Coit Athletic Center. Yep.
We actually have a youth program clinic on Wednesday, the 19th, Phil?
Okay.
This
This coming up Wednesday, right here at Around Sports Center, from 7:30 to 8 for the youth.
Okay.
So if you are interested, come on out, or adults, come on out. We'd love to have you. Other thing is our men's hurling team is going to go to nationals this year, and we are looking for community sponsorship.
There we go. I want to play some hurling real quick and send it back to studio. We're going to play what kind of a challenge?
Call it a crossbar challenge.
Crossbar challenge. We're going to try and hit that post right there, sitting about horizontally, the soccer post, if you will. Okay. I want this one. This one?
Yep.
Okay.
That was a good one. Go ahead, Devin, lead us off.
Yeah, Devin, lead us off. Check this out. Oh, that's a Homer J. Simpson, though. First one to hit it gets $3,000. Oh, that was close. Okay.
Chris, we need you to go one more time before.
All right, I'm going one more.
Okay. Let's see.
One more. We'll go
Come
one
on.
more time.
Come on. We're going to clip this one for your reel. We can edit the ball in. I think he just broke the window.
He may have. He may have.
I need the practice. I need to come here at 7:30 with these guys and practice a little bit more.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Send it back to you guys in studio. I got to practice 7:30 here around the Coit Athletic Center. You can practice too. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio.
All right. Talk to you later, buddy.
Bye, Chris. Time right now, 8:47. Much more to get to here on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we're learning about a new initiative. It's encouraging you to slow down and enjoy the view, all for the safety of others.
Yep, we are. We're back right after this. 8:50 this Friday morning, a new project is coming to the streets of downtown Rochester, blending public art with traffic calming infrastructure, making the area both vibrant and safe for pedestrians.
Reconnect Rochester is announcing its Downtown Smart Streets project. Here to tell us more about it is artist Sean Dunwoody and project manager Lourdes Sharp. Good morning to you both. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
We looked at some of the photos online, and these are beautiful and also really, really interesting. So for those who are unfamiliar with this new project and this infrastructure change, give us a little overview, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. So DC has a network of curb extension murals, and so we really based this project heavily on that project as well. So really what curb extensions are they're an extension of the sidewalk. They help shorten some of the crossing distances for pedestrians, so they make it a little safer. They also narrow the roadway so that drivers naturally slow down as they're approaching that intersection. And the fun part is we get to mix that with art, which is also a traffic calming measure in and of itself. So we'll fill in some of those spaces with some beautiful murals. And Sean, we've been really lucky to have Sean help us curate those artists.
Sean, what is it like? You're curating these artists.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct.
Are you going to be creating any of the artwork yourself? Because you have a lot of artwork across the Flower City.
Oh, I love the Flower City reference. Well, I myself will not be creating that. I want those individuals, those creatives, whether you consider yourself an artist or just a person who wants to create something. I want those folks to apply to create something that's going to be magnificent in downtown Rochester. I'm not supposed to look at the cameras, but you, and you need to apply for that. Find your friends, family, and other people to do that. So we want to make sure that we can bring vibrancy to downtown, celebrating artists. There's also, this is a paid gig as well, so it's not like we're just asking you to go out there and just do this just for, for shaking your hand and waving your tail. We want people really engaged in this process to enjoy the productivity, the creativity, and the connectivity to make this happen, and the safety that goes along with it. And I think I'll be reprising my role of redoing Composers Crossing as well as one of our curb extensions on Main and Gibbs.
Yeah, and that is beautiful. I love that one. What is the timeline for this project?
Yes, with Jazz Fest coming up, we have two locations.
Yes, two.
Yes. So
one they love and one they, whatever.
So East Main and Gibbs, right outside of the Eastman Theater, nearby YMCA. We're looking to have that done before Jazz Fest. That is our goal. The second location, Broad and Fitzhugh, we're looking to have done, about towards the end of June. That's also our goal. So we've been working with the city. Permitting, that's a process. Some of these things take time, but these are our goals for installation dates.
Is there a future goal of having more of these? Because listen, 2 is wonderful, but 20 would be even better. And we are so fortunate to have so many incredible artists in our region.
Yes, we are.
So the more the better, right?
I love the way you just said that too. You sounded like just like infomercial. I was ready to buy whatever you were selling.
Oh, wait, there's more.
But there's more. It chops, and it's go ahead. You can go ahead and answer that.
But yes, great question. We actually are planning to install another set each year. So we will refresh the ones that we're doing this year in following seasons. So this is a seasonal project. We'll install during the warmer months so that, the plows for snow can easily, plow the streets during the colder months. But as we move along with this project, we are looking to have a network of these curb extension murals. So we have in the plans 4 years for now, and we're hoping to have, some connectivity between these these murals over time.
It is extremely exciting for the community, and I'm wondering the response you've gotten so far. For the most part, are people looking forward to it?
Yes,
I've gotten calls and texts, and people are like, "Hey, what's up with this thing? Can I do this?" I'm like, yeah, go ahead and apply, make it happen. It's really. People have really gravitated toward this, and they feel excited about it. And it's a new venture in downtown. As the city of Rochester evolves and what it will be in the next 2, 3, or 20 plus years, it's amazing to see the response. And you've been getting those as well. You've been seeing what people have been saying.
Yes, I've been getting an overwhelmingly positive response. I think part of that is also these will also serve as attractions to the city as well. And I think even the identity of Rochester as a whole is very inundated in arts and culture. And I think being able to showcase showcase that on the street itself draws people into some of the gems that we have in our downtown Rochester. So I think that's also been a big player in some of the overwhelmingly positive response that we've been getting.
It's been awesome because we're 15th in the nation of arts and culture. So let's support that. Let's build that. Let's make it happen. Once again, you, and you. Hey, what's up there, weather guy? All right, let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Thank you both so much for waking up bright and early and coming in and telling us about this incredible undertaking. If you at home want to apply, you're encouraged to do so. We will post all of the information you need to know on our website, foxrochester.com.
Time right now is 8:55. Much more to get to here on Arc Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
Good Friday morning. I'm Christian Garzone. Thanks for tuning in. Here is your Arc Rochester news break. Another major hit on Wall Street. The Dow plunged 537 points Thursday, and the S&P officially entered correction territory, meaning it's down more than 10% from last month's record high. Stocks tanked, and retirement accounts took a hit as investors braced for another round of tariffs. Experts say uncertainty like this could mean big losses for retirement savings and even impact business hiring and spending. But yesterday, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told the American people not to panic. But President Trump isn't backing down and insisting he won't change course on his reciprocal tariffs, threatening a 200% tariff on wine, champagne, and other alcohol imports from Europe. Meantime, in Washington, the Senate is set to vote today on avoiding a government shutdown with a deadline of midnight tonight. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says despite the issues he has with the plan that has already passed the House, the alternative of a shutdown could be much worse. He is to vote for the GOP spending bill that would fund the government through September. At least 8 Democrats would have to vote alongside Republicans to advance that bill. Also happening today in the nation's capital, Governor Kathy Hochul is set to meet with President Donald Trump at the White House. The two leaders are expected to discuss the ongoing tariffs and their impact on New Yorkers and a prospective energy pipeline that could run through the Empire State. For all these top stories and any new developments, visit our website, 13wham.com. Stick around. Arc Rochester will return right after this.
is Friday morning, March 14th. Thanks for joining us here on ARC Rochester, our final hour of ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Friedman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is here in this hour with a look of the forecast. We're talking this morning about that total lunar eclipse.
Yes. Did you guys get to see it?
Oh, yeah.
We did. We did. We had a. Did you go out to the parking lot with us, or?
I was not there yet.
Okay. Okay.
That was before I got in this morning.
Yeah.
Can I just make a quick observation about it?
Yeah. Why do you ask? You're scared me.
Well, because it was. Listen, celestial things. Inspiring.
Yeah.
I was a little underwhelmed.
I can see where you're coming from.
It just seemed it felt like the moon was very far away.
It usually is.
I know, but you know how sometimes the moon looks a lot bigger?
Yeah, right.
It looked very small.
Yeah, and it wasn't. It usually isn't that impressive. It's one of those things where I remember there was one time my aunt and uncle, they went to the Grand Canyon. This is the story I heard from long ago. You know, they looked at it and it's like, okay, that's it. Let's go. I'm good with it. You know, you see it and you're good.
Yeah.
But it's kind of neat. It doesn't happen all that often.
Sure.
So you get that really beautiful red color, and that's actually the red from our Earth's atmosphere. That's the sunshine going through the atmosphere, and that's pretty much the sunrise and sunset on either side. Yeah, projecting on the moon, and that's why you get that color. It's the same as our red sunrise.
Okay, maybe it's a little more inspiring now that I know that.
Yeah.
little tidbit.
Well, now it's over, so you didn't get to.
I still saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's one of those things where, you take a picture with your phone and it just doesn't do it justice. I'm sure that was not taken with an iPhone. That's a beautiful picture there. And so, yeah, it just had that really deep red hue from that the light going around the Earth and just illuminating the surface of the moon.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
It's anytime there's something a little different up there, it's it's worth making note of. I think.
Exactly.
You know?
I went out there. I even have a nicer camera that usually, I can take a picture of the moon and it comes in with really good contrast and everything. But I walked out there and I tried to do it and I didn't have enough time to play around with the settings because it's so dark.
Yeah.
Usually, the moon is lit up and when I'm trying to take a picture of it, it comes in pretty well. But I gave up and I'm like, I got to get to work. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll wait for other good pictures like that.
What are we looking at? A time lapse?
I think it's a time lapse. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So there it is.
There we go. Oh, of course, the clouds have to come.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not
seeing it
in
yet.
Rochester, is this?
No.
No.
There we go. Okay, there it is. There you can
See
see.
how small it gets?
Yeah. You see that little red hue to it?
Yep. No,
What was the
listen,
second one?
I did take a picture of it. I went out, I got a photograph of it.
How did it turn out?
How good
Pretty
is it?
No, it turned out it was pretty terrible. Here, look, that's the photo of it.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
I mean, you can tell it's...
You can tell what it is.
Yeah,
but,
you at home, you don't care. But that's what it looks like. It's just
Yeah.
a teeny little dot.
What else you got in your photos there?
That's what I was looking at.
We are not
he's scared all of a
swiping
sudden.
left, I'll tell you that.
Your face just turned about as red as that moon.
Yup.
Oh man. Okay. So yeah, super cool. I mean, I like it a lot. Do we have any other interesting moon colors coming soon? I feel like there's a pink
the
one.
next one. I'm trying to remember. I think it's
happened?
2026. I think is the next one that we will see.
Okay.
I thought I had it
There
in my
a
notes
blue-
here.
No, that's a song.
Well, blue moon is when you have the two full moons during one calendar month.
Right.
Which again is not all that impressive. It's just a full moon separated by 28
Do
days.
you
It happens to
remember
fall within a
last
calendar
year there was like double red, blue wolf, strawberry. It was 9 different words together. Moon.
That's like 5 of the 31 flavors right there.
It was a strawberry moon, a wolf moon or something. A strawberry wolf moon.
And they're those different names that they have for different months, of full moons of different months.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I don't have it memorized. I always have to look up the list
Yeah.
when we get there.
Well,
but each
because
month has a different name.
When it's got a name like that and you look up and it looks the same as it did the night before, you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
Marketing needs to change.
See the teasers online where they're saying, oh, supermoon, it's, this much bigger this month. It might be 10% bigger. It's like, yeah, it looks the same as it did last month. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I agree. It's still incredible, though.
Yeah.
Still incredible, especially since we're coming up on the 1 year
Yeah.
from
almost.
the total solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? We are so fortunate. We have so many great photographers in our area,
Yes.
and we've had those incredible pictures sent to us, and we want to continue seeing them. So send them to us, 13wham.com/chime in. We'd love to show them here on air and probably through a photo gallery online.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. My father is actually sending me links to some of the lunar eclipse photos from last night. Thank you, Dad.
Nice, yeah.
I'll look at those later. We have a lot of viewer photos, though, from people in our area who saw it happen this morning.
It's always nice to see those pictures from those
look
folks.
at
They have a lot
this.
more talent than I do with a camera.
I know. And then a lot of these people are out there doing it with real cameras rather than, their cell phone like me.
Right.
Where the image doesn't come out that great. See, the images of it are incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And you know what that reminds me of? This is kind of really off topic, but for us, we've raised chickens in the past, and you can candle an egg. So when you take an egg and you try to shine the light through it, and you can actually see if there's an embryo in it, it has that same hue. So I always think of that when I look at
that's true.
It's really cool.
That's
it's totally
true.
off topic, but I always think of that because it's that same color, and sometimes you can see the little chick inside the egg, but it always reminds me of the color that the moon is when you get that full eclipse.
I wonder if Crayola would be willing to make that embryo color.
They probably do. Well, they do rotate them out every once in a while, don't they?
Yeah.
Like burnt umber, and that's
yeah.
long gone or whatever I don't know what they're, periwinkle.
Is periwinkle gone?
That
was a great color.
I may be starting rumors. There are
Oh,
a couple of
boy.
them from my childhood that I know are gone.
Yeah.
But that was a while ago.
I feel like dandelion just made a comeback.
I believe you're right. I think we did a story on that.
Yeah.
Do they still do the sharpener in the back of those?
I can't tell you the last time I bought a box of crayons, so I
Yeah.
couldn't tell.
Same here. My kids are old enough, so it's been a while
Yeah.
since even the next generation.
That's all McLean uses, though.
But he is the artist. He's good with the graphics. I'll give him that.
He needs like the big one, like the.
The jumbo
Something's
crayons.
wrong with me today.
It's called Friday
You're
before
being-
St. Patrick's Day
You're
week.
being real mean. You made fun of my head shape earlier.
He hasn't come after me yet.
I'm afraid
Come
of
at me,
you.
bro. Come at me, bro.
Oh, goodness. Hey, stick around. A lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're learning more about an upcoming conference that's centered around women-owned business.
Yeah, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live right now on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel. ARC Rochester is back after this.
9:12 this Friday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC. The city of Rochester is looking ahead to its Minority and Women-Owned Business and Enterprise Conference happening later this month, bringing business leaders from across the state to downtown Rochester.
It all starts March 31st, but this morning we're learning more about it. We're joined now by the conference chair, Constance Mitchell-Jefferson, and purchasing director, Timothy Howard. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you?
Excellent. And excellent because you guys are here to talk about this morning. Really a wonderful conference. You were here last year to talk about it, but for those who are unfamiliar, give us a little overview, if you don't mind.
So this is a 3-day conference, and although it is directed at minority and women-owned businesses, we say that it is a premier small business conference because we invite all small businesses to participate. But the 3-day conference is to bring together businesses from throughout upstate New York. We concentrate on the 4 regions that make up upstate New York, and that is Finger Lakes, Central New York, Western New York, and the Southern Tier. And so when we bring all of them together here in Rochester, it's because we don't want them to have to travel downstate, spend all that money to go to a conference of this nature down there. We bring the people from New York here so that they can get the same speakers, the same knowledge that everyone would get if they went to a big major national conference.
Well, and we've got the space, and boy, do we have the businesses too.
Definitely.
Talk to us about some of the speakers that these small business owners and minority-owned business owners will be able to meet, mingle, and hear.
So yes, I'll start out with our 2 speakers.
Sure.
The first speaker for our keynote dinner on the 31st is going to be Senator James Sanders. Senator Sanders manages the MWBE task force for New York State, but he also is the head of the Banking Commission for New York State as well. So he's going to provide opportunities for people to ask him questions or just delve into what he does in New York State, why New York State is still committed to MWBE despite the federal legislation around DEI initiatives, that it's a bottom line investment imperative. And then the second day we have Anthony Gaddy, who's the president of the Upstate Black Chamber of Commerce, and he will be coming and speaking to people about economic development.
Very good. And if you don't mind, for those who may be wondering, explain why it is so important to highlight these businesses and these business owners and encourage them to keep on keeping on.
It is incredibly important to celebrate our small businesses, our MWBEs locally here in Rochester. They are the engine and the backbone of our local economy. And so those that have been successful, we want to celebrate the successes, the gains that they've made, but also be able to share information. The theme for this conference, building capacity through innovation and equity. We set out really to fully inform our MWBEs so that they can brand their businesses and also have opportunities to network and hopefully come out with additional businesses and business opportunities. And so we want to really promote business and the growth and the development of our local businesses so they can develop our local economy.
And what's really incredible about events like this is the networking possibilities that these people have, because, I don't know that there's a business out there that hasn't at one point or another experienced hard times or been in a situation that they don't know how to figure out that would be, to their best advantage. And when you get to speak with other owners and figure out how someone else accomplished what you're after, it makes a world of a difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. On the 3rd day of the conference, we have what's called a business expo. And we have up to about 50 businesses and opportunities across businesses, organizations, and agencies where that networking can occur. And so, and what we're promoting is that partnership between MWBEs. And so, where one may not be able to or may not have the ability or capacity to submit a bid for a contract, if they partner with other like-minded small businesses, then together they can also submit bids for larger projects.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it. March 31st through April 2nd, Rochester Riverside Convention Center. Is that correct?
Definitely.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you both for your time. We'll put all the information for you at home over on foxrochester.com.
9:17 this Friday morning. Stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back, Christian Garzone will be joining us with this morning's Reporter Recap.
We're back after this. We're getting a reporter recap on this Friday morning where we review some of the local stories that we've been closely following.
We certainly are. With warmer weather approaching this morning, we are revisiting RPD and state police, their targeted illegal dirt bike and ATV task force that plays out across the city.
Yeah, Christian Garzone has been following the story for us. And Christian, it's a big problem during the warmer months.
It's gone on for a number of years. As soon as that warm weather starts, and even we've had a couple sunny days, they hit the roads. And you ever been surrounded by one of these dirt bikes? Yeah, and it's not fun.
No.
It's not fun. And, your instinct is, do I hit the gas or not? But it's not a lot of fun. It's kind of a scary thing when it happens. But a dirt bike detail was done. We had a couple nice days, Monday, Tuesday. RPD worked with New York State Police. They captured 14 dirt bikes on the road, issued about 50 traffic tickets. That's some B-roll we have from, I think, last summer. But this is what happens on city streets. It's illegal to do. They're meant for off-roading, these ATVs and dirt bikes. And there's some of the exclusive access we got inside the sort of impound there. And that's a collection of dirt bikes. That's not really just the 14 they have, but those are ones that are there, and they're up for auction at a certain point too for the community.
Yeah, because once they're taken, that's it. They don't go back, right?
Yeah, you can get them back. There's a fine. You have to there's like a $500 fine for the first violation to get it back. Second, third violation is like a $2,000 fine. So it goes. You might want to think twice about this. But some of those guys aren't showing back up to pay $500, $2,000 to get a dirt bike back.
Well, and the tragic part of all of this is that a lot of times, more often than not, these individuals on these pieces of heavy machinery are not trained. They don't know what they're doing.
No.
And we have seen tragic cases of fatality.
Yeah, we have. I remember there was a story, it was a couple of years ago, where maybe it was like a 9-year-old boy was riding on one, the front part, and then the boy passed away tragically. People are not being safe on these things. You don't see helmets and knee pads and all that stuff. People are, and they're doing wheelies and everything else, not obeying, the street laws or the traffic patterns, nothing. So it's a real problem. So police are really trying to nip this in the bud now and say, we really mean business. And they're also using, I mentioned the helicopter and the drones earlier from RPD. They want to find where these dirt bikes are going.
That was my question. That was what I was wondering, and I was gonna ask you that. You know of motorcycle clubs, right? And they just go for rides. They're going around the neighborhood or anything like that. And those are adults with motorcycle licenses and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
But it is very interesting to see very young people riding around on these in big groups, like we just saw in the video, and you're wondering, where are they going? Where are they off to?
Right, so they're trying to track down the garages, the storehouses they go to, rather than, because they do want to avoid trying to pursue people, because that can turn into a very unsafe situation very quickly. You step on the gas to chase after these guys, and they step on their gas and they fly away, and who knows what could happen.
Putting themselves at risk, putting other drivers at risk.
Pedestrians, anything, bicyclists. I mean, it's not a good situation. So they're trying to say, I know it's March, but we had a couple sunny days. These guys were out. Expect more of these details as the warm weather hits at any time.
And one thing I want to just talk a little bit about is what specifically makes these illegal.
Yeah, they're meant for off-road. They're not licensed. I mean, they're meant for out in the country somewhere. They're not really meant for city streets or sidewalks, for that matter. You're just not supposed to be doing it. And in fact, do we have sound from Captain Greg Bello? We might. Do we have sound from Captain Greg Bello? I thought I saw that queued up.
If so, can we play it? Yeah, here we go.
So our job out there, beyond, yes, law enforcement is our primary job, but that law enforcement is going towards safety. And so we don't want to go out there and start and create a safety hazard out there. So we have to work through different strategies to target these riders in a safe fashion. Because we don't want to create injuries, we don't want to create a bigger risk to the public. And the trick is always doing it safely, because a lot of these dirt bikes are operating in a very reckless, unsafe fashion. Every year we have fatal crashes and serious injury crashes associated with them. So we don't want to get into chases and pursuits. What we've seen with the dirt bikes and ATVs, certainly a fair amount of them that we would cover are stolen. They've stolen from somewhere else, and they're being stolen bikes ridden, and we do our best to get them back to the owners. So a lot of times they're reported stolen and the owner doesn't have the VIN number, and we're working after the fact to, based on some pictures of some unique identifying features, that sort of thing. But beyond that, this, at least in our community, seems to be a joyriding type effort, and these are expensive, so people find ways to get them illicitly, stealing them. Unfortunately, we've put some PSA type videos out there. We've had some robberies associated with people coming from out of the area to sell them.
Yeah, RPD's down quite a few officers as well, but they work with state police. It's amazing what they can accomplish, with these dirt bikes. It's been a problem for years in Rochester. I live right by Lake Avenue, and that is like a artery way, just right in the summertime, right to the lake. People blast their dirt bikes up and ATVs.
What do police recommend if a driver is out there and they're kind of...
Yeah, good question. We talked about this at the start of this. They recommend trying to get yourself away from that situation and call 911 or 311 right away to report, so they can then look into it, hopefully maybe pursue some of these guys and gals.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Christian, thank you very much for the report. We appreciate it. If you'd like to learn more, read Christian's full story, find it over on 13web.com.
Hey, stick around. A lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this.
right, 9:28. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on Arc Rochester. We are excited to be kicking this half hour off with our favorite part of Friday.
The weekend buzz. We're starting the weekend early, guys.
Why not, right?
Why
Let's
not?
do
Hey,
it.
we kick off the weekend on the buzz a little after 8:30 a.m. on Friday mornings.
Is that when
We're
we
the
start?
first on planet Earth to kick
He's
off the
so
weekend.
proud of that. So proud. I'd just like to point out that I'm the only one celebrating St. Patty's Day weekend.
Yeah, the Italian in the group.
Wow.
I want to point that out. Where's your green, people?
I'm saving it for Monday.
Yeah,
and
'cause-
I wore all green
Yeah,
the other day, too.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you working Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not
Yeah.
going to be here with you on Monday, so I
Okay,
thought
okay,
today is the
okay.
day.
Yeah.
Well, we're celebrating tomorrow at the St. Patrick's Day
Yeah.
Parade. You guys are walking.
Yes.
I
we
met you
are.
last year at the St. Patrick's Day
First
Parade.
time
first
we
time.
Very
met.
Yes.
in
We had
person.
talked how many times via
Right.
Zoom or Skype or whatever those, those
Yeah.
forms of communication
Right.
were, and then we actually met.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Incredible.
awesome.
Okay,
awesome.
so coming up, we're going to have St. Patty's Day hot takes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like passionate opinions from our listeners that aren't necessarily the most popular opinion that we'll debate.
Okay.
But first, before that, we have to do our Jerk or Justify.
That's
right.
Finding the moral compass in Rochester.
Okay, you
Let's
guys are the
go.
deciders.
Okay,
we
so
go.
I have video that I took. So I'm sitting in the parking lot. I dropped my kid off. She had something to do at the Golisano Institute. So, it's one of those situations where an hour is not enough time to go home. So I'm just sitting in the parking lot. And I noticed something in the parking lot that was driving me insane. Like not that I'm diagnosed OCD, but I'm borderline. You know what I mean? It was
Self-diagnosed.
Yeah. It was really bothering me where I had to shift my body so I wouldn't see it. Okay, I have video.
She
of it.
rearranges vegetables at Wegmans.
I do. I do. I cleaned up after. Okay, anyhow,
Take a look.
this is the video.
Okay, right there. That's driving me nuts. How bad would it be if I just go up to that car and kind of tap that closed? Okay, right there.
Yes. I think you can.
This is a stranger's car. Is this
Was
the
there
one
anyone
time?
in there? There was nobody in the car?
I don't think so. Stranger's car. But that bothered me.
Listen.
Plus, we were low on content that day, so we made something out of nothing. We just channeled Seinfeld.
A lot of
and we
people
made something out of
related to this. I'm still getting
No,
messages
it's
about
true.
it.
It is true.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, so my take on it is, yeah, go ahead and close it. No issue. They probably have no idea and would say, oh my God, Sandy from the radio closed my gas. Okay, they'll say
Put
that.
on my hero's cape.
Yeah.
I think we need to get to the bigger issue.
Which is?
That you had to turn yourself away from it.
did.
You couldn't
I
look
did.
at it anymore, that it was driving you that
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Who hurt you?
I know. What happened as a child? There's,
unpack
I would be thankful if you closed that on me, because number one, it keeps my feel safe.
Yep.
I mean, vandalism is wonderful these days.
Absolutely.
Or weather could get in there, snow, ice, whatever.
Yeah.
Plus, my my mileage would go a little better because there's no drag.
True.
On the side.
the
Yeah.
drag.
Yeah, the drag of the wind on
Yeah.
the side of that door. Look at that.
Absolutely.
Think of the mileage you'll save.
Abby.
I wouldn't even think twice about it.
Really?
You would go into a stranger's car.
Yeah. Every
But
car.
if they're coming out, okay, I did not end up doing anything.
You
okay?
just, okay.
I sat there and was bothered. But I was thinking, with my luck, I'll go up to that car and tap it. It's either A, broken, and it'll fall off in my hand, and now what am I doing? Or the person will walk out of the building and be like, hey, you!
Get away from my car.
911.
No, they'll walk out, they'll say, hey, you, and you'll say, hi, Sandy from the radio. Your gas tank was open, and I didn't want anybody to do anything.
And here's
to
a
it, So I
t-shirt.
closed it for you.
okay.
And look, I have video proving it.
Okay, well, then you agree with what everyone said on the air. Everyone said justify.
Yeah, so go ahead. Be a good neighbor.
That's it. That's all it is being
Yeah.
a good human being.
Yeah.
That's all you would have been doing.
Now, if their trunk was open,
Oh, yeah, if their trunk was open.
Okay.
what would you do?
Like wide
yeah, like
open.
tailgates up, yeah.
Now listen, if there's a body in there, you call 911. Okay?
Yes.
I think if the trunk is open, that is, listen, that
Right.
is a different story.
gets a little
That is
sketchy then,
that's where it does get a little dicey. If you're in a parking lot and you see they might be in, I don't know, Joanne Fabric or whatever, scooping in the last minute deals.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, and carrying stuff out. Maybe give it 2 minutes. But I don't see any reason that you couldn't do it. Because, I mean, what's the worst thing that happens?
Even the trunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, too. Because then again, I forget. Like my across the street neighbor leaves her trunk open in her car all the time. It's in a residential neighborhood, but I'm like, is she ever coming back out, or did she forget? And she doesn't. She doesn't forget, but she just leaves it open, then later comes out and shuts it because she's carrying in a load of something.
Oh God, I wouldn't even do it for a neighbor. I think that's an invasion of like, this is my stuff. Don't
They're
touch
not
my
leaving
stuff.
it open because if it closes, it'll never open again because they didn't drive there with it open.
Right.
They'll be able to open it again. It's you know, I forgot. I carried the last bag of groceries in and never went back out. Justified.
I would maybe draw the line with
You think so? Yeah.
But here's my reasoning. What if somebody went in, stole the stuff out of the trunk? Their fingerprints are on it. Suddenly, my fingerprints are on it. I watched a lot of Dateline.
I was just going to say
and you've been
that.
fingerprinted often.
Often,
Yes.
Yeah.
They can trace it right back to
But
you.
you know, they've never got me on anything.
How do you like that? I say, like a good neighbor, Sandy is there. She will shut your trunk and your gas cap.
Okay, can we stop playing this video because it's really bothering me? I can see it like out of my.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the one you took.
Okay, so 2 more things. Do we have time for 2 more things? So first try Friday, like we always do. We find a silly little trend and we kind of try it out and see if it works. So this one.
Be very afraid.
It's mouth tape. Have you heard of mouth?
Have you seen the mouth tape? Look at their eyes roll.
I've heard of mouth tape.
Yeah, you hate it, but you're curious, right?
I'm not, because I sleep with a closed mouth. I'm a nose breather.
Well, we're all going to try this.
Okay, that's fine.
So you don't have to try it right now because we don't want to ruin our lipstick. But we're going to all take one of these. We're going to try it sometime this week. And then next week, we're going to report back. Did we really, truly, indeed have a better night's sleep?
Now, let me ask you a question.
I don't like the way they smell, first of all.
Let me ask you a question.
Ooh, they're kind of
How much
medicine-y.
did you pay for that?
$10.
$10.
For how many of them?
There were like, I don't know what the package says, 90 or something. There's a lot.
Oh.
In that one box?
No.
There's a
There's
larger
the.
box. That's the. She got the travel
but
size.
the point of the mouth tape is
Yeah.
To keep your mouth shut, because a lot of people breathe with their mouth open, and it'll either snore or you have dry mouth or whatever.
It's healthier to sleep with your mouth closed.
That's what they say.
No, it is.
Why is it healthier?
It's scientifically proven.
No spiders can
And
get
they're
in.
saying, but here, why don't you demonstrate for us?
Why?
Because I have lipstick, she has lipstick. We don't want to do
Dan
that.
has
to
lipstick.
Yeah, Dan, don't want
I
to
was
ruin
going
that.
to say it, but I didn't.
How do I?
You should have. It would have been funny.
Oh, here I
The
go.
back. The back. It's
So
split.
it's supposed to really, truly make you
Oh, look
sleep
at it.
better.
Yeah.
It's really stretchy.
Yes. Okay, so here's my issue with paying $10 for this. It's the same thing as KT tape, which is like an athletic
Right.
tape.
Do that.
Right.
Exactly. Just don't pay.
Duct tape. Okay.
Yeah,
Does it
don't do
have
duct tape.
glue
Can I
on
do
it?
it for you?
Well, yeah, because
I just want to get the
Yeah, you've been wanting to shut
satisfaction.
me up for 26 years.
Okay, say something.
Zoom in on that. There we go.
Now keep it on for the rest of the
Guys.
segment.
Okay.
Does it stick to the beard?
It's sticking to my mustache.
Is it keeping your mouth closed?
What am I looking at? Is it your lip? Is it your tongue?
I don't want to know.
It's my lip.
I don't
sticking
want
to
to
it.
know.
You put it.
We have got to go. We will try this and give you the results next
week.
Friday.
Next week.
Stick around. Much more to come here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back, something with the luck of the Irish this weekend.
Don't forget, take us on the go. 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're streaming live. 7:40 on this Friday morning. All week long, we've been previewing events happening this weekend that celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And Shamrock Jacks wants you to test your luck tomorrow with a very special bingo fundraiser.
See what I did there? Before that, it doesn't work with the rest of this copy here. You will have a chance to win big, but your participation is benefiting a good cause. Telling us more this morning is we have owner of M-Body. We have Molly Flaherty, and from Golisano Children's Hospital, Jennifer Johnson. Thank you both so much for waking up bright and early.
Thank you for having us.
So talk to us. We want to know about the bingo fundraiser, who it's helping, and how people can get involved.
You're our hype gal. The bingo fundraiser, I mean, what more could you ask for on St. Patrick's Day Eve than bingo at a big, huge festival tent inside at Shamrock Jacks? So we're going to have 2 different shifts, 3 to 5 and 6 to 8. You get to come in, $25. You get your boards. There's going to be a hilarious caller, and you're going to play bingo. And they're, better wear green, obviously, for it. But, and it's going to benefit Golisano Children's Hospital. So we're excited to host it and run it. That's going to be fun.
And Jennifer, we know all the great work that Golisano Children's Hospital does, but a quick reminder for those watching at home about how this is going to help.
We have, campaigns that can target specific things. It's so beautiful. You meet a lot of the families, and sometimes they know of a piece of equipment that they really want to fundraise for. So sometimes we have very targeted fundraisers. This one is really going to go to our general fund and kind of be there for, whatever is really needed in the moment at Golisano Children's Hospital. But, I was thinking about this and the power of what fundraising can do. And I think back to when my family needed the hospital, and we needed a piece of equipment called ECMO. It's extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. It pumps the blood out of your body, oxygenates it, and puts it back in. And had somebody not had, one doctor not fought to get it there, and had people not funded it 20 years ago, we would have had to go elsewhere for our care outside of Rochester. And when you already have a sick child, it's already stressful enough. To have to travel somewhere is really an extra layer of stress. So.
And you're established somewhere, right? You know the doctors, you know the hospital, you know the nurses, and then to have to realize you have to pick up and go somewhere else, grab the family, pack your bags. It's just one more thing on top of it.
It's been so fun. I work at the hospital now for the past 5 years. It's been a wonderful experience, and I love this is being put on by the Women's Subcommittee for Golisano Children's Hospital, which Molly's one of our very brand new members. But what I love is I walk around that hospital, and everywhere I look, there's an incredible story, right? So to be able to have a committee of, women, women are powerful people.
Yes,
I know you know this. I know we've been celebrating it all month long, right? So to have a group of women dedicated to learning about the hospital and maybe supporting some of the things that go on is really powerful. And this is our first fundraiser. We're doing it.
Rock and roll. And we said we're obviously hoping to raise funds, but it's a lot just gathering people, having them learn more about certainly Golisano Children's Hospital and some of the opportunities they get to help it, and just create a lot of fun and energy around it. So that's, I think, what we're most excited for.
What inspired you to join the subcommittee?
You're looking right at her.
Yeah?
Actually, I shouldn't say that. There was a number of women that reached out to me to see if I'd be interested in it. Lauren Dixon, Molly Branch-Hill. There's some amazing women on this committee. And I've always said I'm going to step off boards and committees for a little bit. I was overwhelmed for a while. And this one, what intrigues me is you learn so much about what is going on at Golisano Children. My youngest guy is 16. I birthed all 7 of my kids at Golisano Children's, and I've not been back in there except for a couple broken bones and that kind of thing. So I'm just so excited to really delve into and learn about all this amazing work that they're doing there.
And Golisano has helped countless families. When you think about it, everybody in our area and beyond, for the most part, has some kind of story that relates back to it. So for those watching at home who are thinking to themselves, I've got to get involved, I've got to help out, and I want to do so by celebrating with St. Patrick's Day, give us a reminder, if you don't mind, the overview of the fundraiser.
So it's going to be on 16th, Sunday. You can register. There's still openings. So you register online. There'll be links to it on channel, I'm sure on Golisano, probably on channel 13 later on. And then you just register. You can actually show up if there's going to be room left. There's 2 shifts, 3 to 5 and 6 to 8. So you can sign up for one, both, $25, and it just includes the fun of bingo.
Excellent. I have to say, Shamrock Jacks does a lot of things really well. They help the community very well, and they do St. Patrick's Day very well. So to have the two come together to benefit our hospital.
Yeah.
It's going to be an incredible
It'll be
event.
wild, yeah.
Exactly.
And we will be the only ones in the tent. So that was the other question people were asking, if there's going to be a zoo in there. No, it's just our event in the tent for that.
Just you bingo lovers.
Exactly. What more?
Absolutely. Thank you both so much for waking up bright and early. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And for you at home, we will post all of that information on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show. And if you can't make it, we'll make sure there's a way you can donate to Golisano on the website as well.
Time right now is 9:45. When we come back, we're celebrating today's date in a very special way.
We certainly are. Arc Rochester returns after this. This morning, people, we want to celebrate. It's Friday, a very special holiday as well, Pi Day, March 14th, March 3.14.
Yep. So we decided to take part this morning. We have so many pies here. And then we're also going to wash it down the Irish way, because it wouldn't be Arc Rochester on a Friday if we
didn't have beer.
A little bit of beer.
Beer and pie.
Let's call out the pies. What kind of pies do we have here? Sweet potato?
Yeah, strawberry cream, blueberry, apple.
Potato there, yeah.
Can you eat any of these?
Chocolate cream. I can eat
Are you
none of the
kidding me?
pies.
Oh. Well, then why are we even doing this?
Listen, I didn't purchase the pies.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh, though. Look at that display.
That is beautiful.
What
I'm
a
on a diet.
setup there.
Now the beer
what
I can.
a setup.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
My gosh, put that back.
So,
Christian. Oh, my God. Setup. Put that back. Look at that setup. It's
Oh, my
just a
God.
gorgeous display. Who did that? Wow.
Well, I think Abby did.
Martha Stewart.
Right? Yeah, Abby
Yeah,
did
I
between
did-
the break.
I did
Yeah,
do it,
Dan
you're
had nothing to do with it.
Bull.
Yeah.
Bull.
BS.
Let's dive in.
Well,
Let's.
okay, so here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass.
Marty just wants to jump
I just want
into
the pie.
one of the pies.
Here.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to.
You can have Marty's cup as well.
I'm going to start with the Irish cream. Marty, pick a pie.
All right.
There's pumpkin back here.
I also have 4.
That's always good selection.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
try blueberries.
Say that again.
Grab a whole
That's fine.
bundle.
That's all right.
You see,
Yeah, I don't think there
We're gonna
is.
have a pie though.
I'll-
right?
Yeah, I'm going to have a pie, yeah.
You say no
When
to
I
the beer.
pour it, I'll be able to tell
All right.
you.
All right.
Oh, no,
Okay,
you know
I'm gonna
what?
start-
I know I can't have this one. Drink that one.
Oh, my
I can't
God.
have this one.
Take one for the team.
All this can't.
What is that one? Oh my gosh.
That's an Irish cream ale.
This. Oh yeah.
And this is, Irish cream whale.
Whale.
Brown, okay.
Is it actually?
That's
hilarious.
Irish cream whale, yeah.
Seriously?
I'm just having a sip.
Oh my goodness. Well, hey, I'm not judging.
Somebody's got to do the noon today.
Oh, I am, yeah.
Marty, eat the pie.
Okay.
Jeez.
This is 5.9% alcohol.
Wow.
What is this?
Maybe I'm going to be anchoring
This
the noon
is
today.
No, I'm not going to drink
K2
all of it.
Brewing Red Ale.
So how are we going
Like
to
a
do
real-
this in a sanitary way so you
Should
guys
I-
can sample?
Yeah, listen,
Tell you what,
there's
Marty.
9 other pies.
You can family?
just
You
have
can
it.
go
Oh,
for
the
it.
whole thing?
Oh, is some
Whatever you want.
I used to buy these exact ones because they met my macros when I was counting macros.
met
So
your
these were
macros.
great. These were like the one treat I could have is these Walmart pies.
Okay,
Can you explain it?
You count your protein, your carbs, your fat,
Okay.
and a certain number of grams of each, and it all adds up.
What's
the
in
calories
it?
you're taking it?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not good for you. 320 calories.
Oh, no, they're not good. Low on sugar, though.
But it was the one thing that would fit my macros that
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
eat. So they were good. It's good stuff.
So like you would have a certain allotment. So instead of saying
Right.
like, oh, I have whatever 1,500 calories for the day, you'd say I have this many macros, this much protein. Am I
Right,
doing that right?
it was all divvied up into the different
Yeah.
categories: fat, carbohydrates, and protein.
Okay.
Do we have any of the Pi Day music?
We can just sing it.
There's music?
Here we go. Yeah, there's Pi Day music.
What was that?
That was just belting a little
That
tune
was
here.
your
Ooh,
Irish
this
whale.
one's fun.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Oh, listen.
There was always that one teacher in high school that came up
Wait.
with the songs.
Oh no, there's a better one.
Oh no.
Do you have the other one, Ashley? Can you get the other one? Listen.
Yeah, you hear when I
we
moved
talked
the flavor
about it
around, when I
earlier
touched
this
the
week.
display?
Yeah.
I'll bring you a beer. Do you want me to bring you beer?
Yeah.
Okay, just find the other one. It's the Pi Day
No one
rap
cares about
song.
I've been drinking no one cares about the beer anymore over here.
No, I
It's a
care.
Pi Day rap song.
May I
What is
pour
this?
you?
You may. Yes, thank
Conway's
you. Wow, what a
Irish.
It's
gentleman.
actually
That's
pretty
good.
solid.
That's good.
Okay, got
Thank
you.
you. You know,
Chivalry's not dead, Ed.
this music is driving.
Can either of you, can any of you do pi?
What do you mean,
Can
do
you say
pi?
it? Like, do you know 3.14?
Sing this song?
1592.
15926535.
I'm not good with
That's all
numbers.
written
I
in
don't really
European
care
numbers.
about
You
math.
can't even read it.
Listen,
22 over 7.
there you go.
22 over 7.
Pi. I know how to draw
Close
the
enough.
symbol.
Oh, there you go.
Can you read Roman numerals? I can.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can.
Okay, okay, that's what matters here.
Oh, wait, that's what.
That's what matters.
Christian's actually pretty good at this.
What year were you born again? 85?
Yeah.
MCM, that's 1900. L, 1950. L, XXXV, 1985.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that impressive?
Yeah, that's good.
The more beer I have, the more interesting I am. Normally, I'm a big flat line.
That is not. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's got to be like time number 15 that Christian put himself down today.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, why? No.
That is a
Christian,
skill.
did you try these two over here?
I did not, because Abby, I want to, she'd get her hands off. I said, whoa.
Abby, why aren't you
That didn't
eating
happen.
pie? We've got pumpkin pie. We've got cherry. Who wants cherry pie?
I'm not
Jeff?
a big pie guy. Rory.
Cherry
Jeff
pie.
wants it.
Rory,
Rory
come
wants
have
it.
pie with us. Here you
Rory's
go.
our intern.
Rory's the
Might
intern.
as well. It's a studio party.
Jeff, what
How
kind
about
of pie do you want?
Our live
Have one.
studio
There's
audience.
pumpkin, there's
Put our live studio
pecan.
audience over
This is
there.
a mess.
Do you want any pie? You want beer?
Ian wants
Ian?
beer.
You get a pie.
Ian,
You
we
get a
can
pie.
make that
St.
happen.
Patrick's Day, the day of giving.
Yes, yes.
The day it's not Christmas. It's
Our
St.
boss,
Patrick's Day.
if our bosses are watching,
And
come on in.
He's green. Look at that.
Yeah.
There you go. Enjoy.
Oh,
There's Director.
Director Chris is not
rocks.
pleased.
All right.
Put Chris up.
Not pleased with this. Yeah, Chris, do
That's
you
what
want
it
us to
is,
save
yeah.
you some?
This is actually really good.
You've never had pie? No. Wait, what?
What?
No, I've never had pie.
What?
Never had pie?
No.
Where are you from?
I'm from Buffalo.
So
And you've never had pie?
Just never
I'm
had
getting
the
thoughts of that poor Connecticut boy with his stepmother for a second there. Never had pie before. Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap.
Stick around when you've had too much beer. Go home
No more
and
Roman
take care of
numerals
the
for you.
dog.
Yeah.
We're back after this. Final thoughts this Friday, 9:56 this morning. What did we think of today's show? What was our favorite part?
All of it.
All of
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Pie. Yeah, the pie.
The pie.
Yeah.
You were in rare form today.
Why?
What
did I
there
do?
was something in the water this morning.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
It was that moon.
It might have been the moon.
What did I do?
You were just
You're just
spicy.
crazy.
Just
Yeah.
extra crazy.
Really?
But we like
Yeah.
it. We like
I
it.
wasn't
It's
mad
fun.
about it.
All right.
It was like,
It's all good.
It was funny.
There was a point when I was out here and I kind of thought to myself, where am I? Who am I? You know?
Yes.
And then I thought I might have a worm, but I
A
don't.
brainworm? Oh,
Yep.
God. You're
I
fine.
don't.
Remember the worms in your feet? I was talking, not in your feet, but I was talking about the
Yes,
expedition.
in the newsroom
Yeah.
yesterday. That was disgusting.
I know. Yeah, the guy who found Dr. Livingston, the research party, they had worms in their feet. Oh, disgusting.
I'm trying to eat pie over here.
Sorry, yeah, ruined your appetite.
Oh, we did. That wasn't a part of the show, though.
No,
this
no,
morning.
sorry, impromptu.
We had some great causes
I
on the
drink
show
this?
this
Yeah,
morning. We had
Cheers.
pie.
Mm-hmm.
That does it
Some
for us
laughs.
here on Arc Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us tomorrow morning at 4:57. Over Monday morning on the other channel, 13 Wham ABC. Oh, and hey, tomorrow, Easton Alexander at 12:30. We're going to be walking in the Rochester Top St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Come say hello.
We'll see you then. Have a great weekend.